Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125. The phone number. Website is omnitruevalue.com, and it's your go-to place to make sure that you got everything you need to keep your home or your business cleaned up during this winter season, which is, by the way, down to its last few weeks here as we're heading into spring. So Omni will be your place to go for your springtime stuff to get your house looking beautiful. So head over there, again, serving the entire tri-state area with the lowest prices around. We've got an interesting day ahead in that we are watching this very strong upper trough that's swinging eastward, and it really stands out here on the satellite. Most of the rest of the United States have really not experienced much weather at the moment, although we do have weather conditions that are going to be deteriorating up in the northern plains. But just take a look at this thing. This is really impressive here as it moves on to the east, and it is showing up on the radar. You don't see this too often. These reds are not severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings. These are actually snow squall warnings. And you've got two areas here moving through the northeast on the radar. The first area is running up through upstate New York, extending up into Vermont, northwestern New Hampshire, and then also down into northeastern Pennsylvania. There's some snow showers there. That's swinging eastward, so it's behind it. And this is with the upper trough here that is pushing this line of snow squalls. This kind of looks like a late spring, early summer cold front that's moving through the northeast, where you could get a squall line of showers and thunderstorms. It's going to sort of operate in the same fashion, except that when that squall line comes through, you're going to get very gusty winds, and you are going to see briefly in some places it snow heavily where visibilities are reduced down to half a mile or a quarter of a mile, and sometimes even briefly near zero. And you can see here on the Weather Service watches and warnings map that we do have wind advisories up for much of New York State, eastern Pennsylvania, down through New Jersey into Maryland and Delaware, and then going back westward. And this is for this system moving through that's going to produce some winds gusting to 40 to 50 miles an hour when it moves on by during this afternoon. And just to show you here in terms of how this looks like on the upper air, take a look on the upper left. This is for this morning at 7 a.m. This is the upper trough that is swinging eastward. That is a very, very sharp, deep feature. This is our map at 8 o'clock this evening with the trough on top of us. So it's moving very rapidly here from the Great Lakes at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And you can see the very strong, the yellow and brown streaks that are showing up. That is that's the jet that is coming around and is going to be producing all of this. If we take a look at that, this is the trough itself, and you'll notice that it also goes from sort of being a broad V-shaped look to, by the time it gets to the coast, it is rather sharp. And this is creating the lift that is necessary, the strong vertical motion, and the result is something that looks like, as I said, a summertime weather system. So let's take you through. We've got some interesting weather coming up over the next week or so that I think we're going to want to take a look at here. Once this system goes by for this afternoon, and you can see the gradient is very tight going into this evening. We're going to see skies clear out tonight. This next high moves out very quickly, so it's a secondary shot of cold air. That goes out. We're going to warm up fast on Monday. With the west wind and sunshine, we should take it up into the mid-50s. Now, this is the next in a series of weather systems. Thursday night, we had the first one go by. This second one number 2, is going to take a track a little bit further to the east. The outcome here is going to be pretty much the same. It's all rain, and that comes in on Tuesday, and it's goes away on later Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. This is not going to be as strong as the last system. The gradient is not nearly as tight. The snow area is actually a little bit further to the north because the air is actually weaker up around the Great Lakes, and then it moves away to the northeast. However, after that, we're going to see cold air gradually spreading out across much of southern and eastern Canada. And this is going to set up the third in a series of weather systems. And what's happening is, as each one of these systems goes by, it's flattening the ridge that's off the southeast coast of the United States. So the one at the end of next week actually has an opportunity here to bring us some wintry precipitation in the form of some snow, ice, and rain. The track on this one is a little bit further south. You see a weak low in eastern Kentucky that redevelops off the Delaware coast and moves out to the northeast on the latest run of the GFS. We've got a long way to go on this, but it's going to be a very it'll be an interesting setup if this winds up playing according to what some of the models are showing. As each one of these weather systems goes by, you get that ridge getting dented. So that's something to look ahead to as we move into the week ahead. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So we'll be watching the radars as we move through into the afternoon. Again, look for very strong gusty winds and those snow squalls. If they hold together and materialize, you could briefly get the ground whitened up or a little bit more. And also those wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour from the northwest. No Joe and Joe weather show today. However, we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So we hope to see you then.